You've correctly assumed that I'm nerdy enough to be into Magic the Gathering, so I'll give you my top 3, because you're probably going to groan at each pick. First, we got the Eldrazi. I love a good primordial, unknowable creature. I love the plot, I love the idea of a colorless creature that isn't an artifact. I love the sneaky ways you could get them onto the battlefield, and they just feel good when they're, your win condition. For number 2, we have Rebels. Rebels were actually my first deck that I ever won a tournament with. Their tutor mechanic was just fun to me. It was like your entire deck was in your hand. As long as you got a drop on turn 1, you were able to just flood your board. They certainly aren't the most powerful tribe, but they're stupid fun. And finally, we have my actual favorite tribe, Slivers. The first Sliver cards came out when I was in middle school, and I fell in love immediately. I was not a good Magic player back then. I just loved the idea of cool creatures. And creatures that made other creatures that had increasingly long text boxes full of more and more abilities were just the coolest thing I could possibly think of. They made a 5-color Sliver deck then. In college, when they came back, I made a 5-color Sliver deck. I've made 5-color Sliver decks anytime Slivers were featured in any set. Like, I don't even care if I'm running the bad Slivers. I just want every Sliver to be there so that I have a chance of getting every ability on every Sliver. And for the hell of it, here are some honorable mentions. I like the Slith because I really liked Mirrodin when it first came out, and Slith Firewalker ended up carrying most of my decks. I also like Goblins, but okay, maybe I don't like Goblins, maybe I just like winning the game. And finally, I like Changelings and Shapeshifters, because they patch up the holes in other tribal decks. What are your favorite tribes, and how did they become your favorites? Let me know.